Imagine driving at night on a secluded road where the only sound is the car's engine and the wind cutting through the darkness. Suddenly, something moves on the edge of the track. It is not an ordinary animal. It is not human. It is a very high being with wings that seem to occupy half the road and red eyes that shine as if they were alive. He observes, breathes, and when you think it's going to attack, it flies. But it doesn't fly like a bird. It goes up straight as if it defies the laws of physics. This terrifying vision marked the beginning of one of the most mysterious cases in modern history, the Mothman. And at the end of this video, I will tell you a detail that was only understood after the greatest tragedy in the city. Point Pleasant seemed like one of those places where nothing extraordinary happened. A small, quiet town surrounded by rivers, dense forests, and hills. But a few kilometers from the center, there was something that completely changed the climate of the region, the famous TNT Area. A gigantic set of abandoned military installations used in World War II to store explosives. Underground tunnels, empty sheds, cracked concrete, infiltration. During the day, it was already an uncomfortable place. Imagine at night. The local population avoided the area. Animals did not come close, and young people told stories about figures that arose between the structures. Whatever was about to appear began there. It was 15th of November 1966. Linda Scarberry and Mary Millette, accompanied by their husbands, drove late at night near the TNT Area. It was when they saw something standing in front of an old abandoned building. His first words were, "What is that?" The being was almost 2 meters tall, broad shoulders and folded wings that went from head to feet. Detail of being: wing similar to a bat but huge. Grayish skin, strange texture, red glowing eyes. Small head compared to the body. When he spread his wings, they stretched out in almost 3 meters of wingspan, and then he flew. He didn't flap his wings, he didn't run, he just stood up in the air as if being pulled. They accelerated past 100, 120, 150 kilometers per hour. And the creature accompanied them, hovering above the car, looking inside as if studying each one there. When they arrived in the city, it disappeared instantly. And they knew. No one would believe. The news spread in hours. The next day, the police station received calls so strange that the attendants thought it was a hoax. But by the end of the week, more than 100 people reported seeing the same creature. Descriptions reported by residents: creature landing on roofs, gigantic shadow flying over houses, sharp screams coming from the trees, 2 red eyes watching windows, the creature chasing a man in his backyard, cops reporting real fear. For the first time, the people of Point Pleasant were afraid to go out at night. Animals began to disappear, lights appeared in the sky, and the city plunged into paranoia. And then, mysterious figures appeared, warning witnesses to not talk about what they saw. It is known that the TNT Area had a history of chemical contamination. Toxic substances leaked into the soil and lakes. Researchers claimed that a deformed animal or unknown species could have emerged from there. Some believe that the Mothman would be an interdimensional or supernatural being, an omen, a spirit that appears before tragedies, not to cause, but to warn. 15th December 1967. It was a normal Friday. The Silver Bridge, which connected Point Pleasant to Gallipolis, Ohio, was crowded because of peak hours. No warning, no shaking, no signs. The structure began to sway, and in seconds, collapsed. 46 people died. It was the greatest trauma in the history of the city. Weeks before the tragedy, several residents claimed to have seen the Mothman flying over the bridge, lying on its cables, or watching the river down. After the collapse, sightings ceased completely. The official explanation was structural failure due to wear and tear. Okay, but that doesn't explain the absurd number of witnesses, the identical reports of people who never met, the lights in the sky recorded at the same time, the presence of mysterious men intimidating witnesses. Some ufologists believe that the Mothman appears in moments of energetic instability connected to UFOs. Skeptics claim that it was collective hysteria, but none of this explains the main. How many people described the same creature, in the same places, in the same weeks? Today, Point Pleasant turned fear into tourism. There is a museum entirely dedicated to the Mothman, a steel statue of almost 4 meters, and an annual festival that attracts thousands of curious. But for those who were there in the 60s, the subject still frightens. Many residents refuse to comment. Others claim that to this day they dream of red eyes looking out the window. So, what was the Mothman? An unknown animal, a mutation, a supernatural being, or a sentry trying to warn of what was coming? What is most intriguing is the report repeated by several witnesses. Mothman's eyes did not convey hatred, but yes, sadness. What about you? Do you believe the Mothman is an omen, a threat, or just an urban legend that has gone out of control? Comment down there and tell me what you think.